It's not a dream, no. This is the ultimate cheesecake. Today in Golosolandia, I'll show you how to make the legendary La Viña Cheesecake, which is made with just 5 ingredients and a baking trick that will forever change the way you see desserts.
To make it, you'll need these 5 ingredients: 4 eggs, 1 1/4 cups of heavy cream, 3/4 of a cup of sugar, 1 tablespoon of flour, and a splash of vanilla.
You need to take the cheese out of the fridge a little while before. We need it at room temperature because if it's cold, it'll be really hard to get rid of the lumps. And believe me, I've had to struggle with it more than once because I didn't want to wait for the cheese to warm up. And if you're one of those people who keeps eggs in the fridge, same thing, take them out so they're at room temperature too.
Containers, a large one, and put the cheese inside. Since it's no longer cold, it's going to become almost liquid just by stirring. So add the sugar, which is 150 grams or 3/4 of a cup, and press it a bit against the cheese. Give it a few stirs with this spatula and you'll quickly notice it starting to loosen up. And in just 1 or 2 minutes, you'll have an amazing texture. Look, 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 look. So, right here, we're gonna start adding the eggs, one at a time. With the first one, I also add a pinch of salt. Because yes, in sweets, salt also helps, because it does the same thing as it does in meats: enhance the flavor. So add salt to almost all your desserts. Once you've added the first egg and stirred it a few times, you'll notice it is blended in perfectly. So now we move on to the second one. If you noticed earlier, the first thing I do is break the yolk. That makes it blend even faster. We mix from the center to the sides, and now it's all mixed in. Third, same process. And if you're wondering, hey, this seems a bit silly to me, can I add all 4 at once and stir? The answer is yes, you can. But it's going to be much harder for you to get them to blend together. And in the end, doing it the way it should be done will save you time, even if it seems otherwise. Goodbye. Well, this is already pretty thick. Perfect. All that's left is the final touch, and we're going to add it with the heavy cream. Also, 250 milliliters, which is 1 1/4 cups. And in just a moment, it's mixed in as well.
People always ask me, can I use light cream or cooking cream? Well, here in Golosolandia, we like the good stuff. And to make it perfect, we need heavy cream because it has at least 35% fat content and the fat just the right amount of fat. That's what makes it so creamy.
Finally, we add a level tablespoon of flour. And with a few stirs, it gets incorporated. I use regular all-purpose flour. But if you have any issues with gluten, just use cornstarch. In this case, you can barely tell the difference. And now, let's move on to the second step, which is preparing the pan. And how? Well, with a little bit of parchment paper. Look, what a satisfying trick. A little jug of water. Crumple the paper, you wet it, and that way it stays nice and soft. You can squeeze it really hard, turning it into a little ball. See? And no, this isn't nonsense! It actually makes sense! It's gonna help you place it in a pan. In my case, a 20-centimeter one, and get exactly the shape you want. A simple trick. That always works. Write it down, because you'll find this useful often.
Crumpling the paper well is what helps it fit the pan perfectly and also gives it that beautiful rustic touch.
And now, of course, the batter goes into the pan, although I think you already knew that. The good thing is to have a spatula handy so you can make the most of every last drop. And also, if you noticed, we barely got a single dish dirty.
And now, into the oven. We need to have it preheated for at least 5 minutes at 200 degrees Celsius, about 395 Fahrenheit, using top and bottom heat. And if you're wondering whether to use the fan or not, it doesn't really matter. I do use it, but if you don't have one, that's fine too.
We open the oven and slide this beauty in. It will take about 40 minutes for the surface to turn golden. And that's what we're looking for. And a trick I recommend to make it look even better is that when you see it starting to brown, you turn it. Because I don't know why, it always browns on one side first. So if you rotate it, you make the browning more even. And once it's completely golden on top, it'll be jiggly in the middle. Time to take it out. In my case, it took 40 minutes to get like this. Then you cover it with a paper towel.
And I know you're dying to take a bite out of it. But my advice is to hold back, no matter how hard it is. Because after spending the whole night in the fridge, this fresh treat becomes something even better. Possibly the best cheesecake in the world.
Thank you. So once it's cooled down, you put it in the fridge or refrigerator. With just a few hours, it sets pretty well. But if you can plan ahead and prepare it a day in advance, it's much better. And no, I won't leave you without showing it to you. Time flies on the internet, and this is the result after a night in the fridge. Let's remove the pan. Oh my, this smells amazing! We remove the little pieces of paper from the edge. And here is a real La Viña style cake. It also has that delicious rustic touch. Look at this beauty. And as always, I'm going to show you the most important thing. Just like with people, in desserts, it's what's inside that matters. When you cut it, use a wet knife. Why? Because it slides better and will give you a cleaner cut. And voila! Look at that creaminess! Absolutely wonderful!
In many surveys, this cake is people's favorite, but I'm sure you have more delicious ideas in mind. So I hope you'll tell me in the comments what your favorite cake or dessert is. Let's see if I can make it in Golosolandia. Let's see if I make it, and let's see if we watch it together. If you like delicious, impressive, and easy recipes like this one, you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel because I'll be making lots of tasty things. Surprises are coming. We watch. It just melts in your mouth. Delicious. It's impossible to eat just one piece.
En la cocina empieza la emoción, con pasos simples sin complicación, desde un pastel hasta un buen bizcocho.